Hello everyone and welcome back to Zoo Crafting! I am Zookeeper Seri and we are here under the Kindness Blossoms tree planted by Laura, nibbling at some absolutely delicious cookies which were laid by our cookie chicken and looking over the amazing ideas that you guys sent in yesterday. Oh my gosh, I am so excited to get the Village of Light up and going again. Oh my goodness, those kinds of creative ideas, those inputs that you guys had, the details that you put into your comments. I am so excited. I really hope that we will be able to start our little Village of Light series where we will do some speed builds in the Village of Light. At least one a week is what I hope. We've been here a year now. A year on the server. Can you believe that? I can't believe that. And we have done a lot in the zoo, but we still have not rebuilt the Village of Light at all. So even though it seems like a little bit of a detour away from the zoo, yet again, like I said, we're still settling in. Hang tight, guys. We actually really need to get the Village of Light up because it's part of our heritage and our history. And it was one of the things that I was the most proud of in the old world. Not to mention, we do have a lot of potential upcoming zoo crafters. I am blown away by the people who have asked to join, and I will be commenting back to them soon. It's going to be really exciting. But when I realized we're going to be bringing more people in, I realized one of the things I've always desired for zoo crafting is to be able to visit each other's villages and to do all sorts of trades, to have all sorts of events and festivals and special unique culture to each of our villages. And how am I going to invite people over to celebrate at the Village of Light when I don't even have a village? That's kind of sad. So we are going to be working on planning out a little bit of the Village of Light today and then running around a little bit. But tomorrow, for sure, we will be back over in the zoo because tomorrow is World Giraffe Day! Huzzah! So I'm going to try to do a speed build getting the giraffe barn built, and we'll move the giraffes over and then start working in the safari zone again. So that should be a lot of fun. All right, so enough chit chat, Lily and Tate. I'm going to eat another cookie or two. They're really delicious. They just don't have a lot of flavor. I wish I could add pecans to them. That would be so yummy if I could add pecans to them. And then let's see, the puppies are fully fed, so they don't really need anything right now. And then let's go on down. Hello, I'm going to give my tree a hug. Hug, thank you, Laura. She was so nice. And then our awesome statue, totally awesome statue. And here is the Tree of Light. Just in case some of you guys who are new, since our community has grown so much, some of you guys who are new don't know, this is the Tree of Light. The Tree of Light was grown in the 50th episode of Zoo Crafting almost 3 years ago. And it's amazing. It blossomed as well, so it has beautiful light blossoms. And it even has teensy tiny little light blossoms on the bottom of the tree down here. So this is basically what the Village of Light is all about, is light and spreading that light and zombie villagers being cured and providing a safe place where the light glows and grows from within to protect all of the villagers. So I'm really looking forward to using the idea of all of these lights like this. These are actually little glowing flowers that will light up the night. These are going to be all over the village, and I'm really looking forward to that. And we are actually not going to be building the village in the old style because Kawaii Pixels commented on how cool would it be to have mushroom houses, and I was like, mushroom houses would be so cute. And then it hit me, you guys, what I really want to see for our village spreading all throughout this land over here are a whole bunch of trees and maybe a few more sacred saplings, or at least a few more trees that have the glowing flowers growing from them. But then something that really brings the Village of Light to life, like its culture, what it's like to life, and that's plants and glowing flowers combined. So we're going to be building houses and buildings that are like little magical tree houses, which would be so cute. So little magical tree houses, and then buildings that have green roofs, and hopefully we'll have bridges going between the buildings so you can walk under them or you could walk over, and it's just going to be really pretty. And I was just so inspired by what Kawaii Pixel said with a moss hospital or green roof gardens, and it made me realize that's my vision for the entire village. And that's really what I needed, was a vision for the village. And oh my gosh, you guys have given me so many ideas. I have a huge list of ideas, everything from bringing back the annual flower festival to opening up a cherry blossom shop. I think Delphron said that one. To opening up all sorts of clothing stores, to having pet stores and pet rescues. A horse tack shop was suggested. I really like that idea. We might save that that one for actually our farming village that we're going to have down here. It's really close to the Village of Light, so I'm tempted to just move the entire farm, but we'll have to kind of explore and just see if there's a better place to have the farm. I don't think there really is. Maybe way up here. We'll have to think about it. We'll think about it. But yeah, like, oh my gosh, what else? Like small farms, a candy shop. A candy shop would be so fun. And someone suggested a hotel that had like themed rooms. I think that was Bunny Paw. That's just so fun. And I wrote down dozens of ideas, and you guys, that was exactly what I needed. So thank you so much. Those kinds of details to be able to think about, just the details of the village is what I needed. It's not just saying, oh, let's get a grocery store, but it was saying things like someone mentioned, oh, what about a flower shop where the florist sells cherries? Or what about a geologist shop where the geologist randomly drops minerals? Or even the tinkers. I really love this idea. So hang on one second. I've got to make sure I get this just right because I thought it was so cool and I want to make sure to give you credit. Where did I put it? Where did I put it? Where did I put it? See, I have too many things just piled everywhere. There we go. Josephine. Josephine had the idea of a geologist who randomly drops fossils, minerals, and even the tinker parts that are the little arrowheads. So if you guys remember, like these are the tinker's stuff, and I thought that was really cool. So grabbing like the arrowheads, and it could be like artifacts you find or artifact. We actually do have like artifact relics. So let me see. Artifact. Let's see. That's not how. What is this? That's not how you particle. Interesting. I can't remember what they're called. I feel so embarrassed from Fossils and Archaeology mod because you get your little tiny itty bitty pieces and you put them together and you build these, and it's been so long since I've touched Fossils and Archaeology. I can't remember. Oh my gosh, Seri, really? You can't even remember what like the relic shards? I think there's something like relic shards. I can't believe I have forgotten. I can't believe I am so like the relic scraps. There we go. Maybe relic scraps turn into these pottery shards. I think they're like pottery shards, and that's what you put together. But yeah, you know, like those kinds of things could be dropped by a geologist, all sorts of the gems and minerals. They could even have, the geologist could even like have the thing where we need to polish our gemstones, polish and cut the gemstones, and then there could even be a jewelry shop in town as a result of that. So that would be really cool. But yeah, you guys helped to really come up with those kinds of very specific ideas by giving me those details, and it has helped so much. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to come through, basil seeds, and we're going to put down some signs. We're actually going to put down some oak saplings because I realize that that's another thing that I've been struggling with inspiration in this area is there's no trees. I'm a Seri. I rely on plants and trees. So I'm going to run through, and to just try to get us a little bit started, I'm going to sort of clear away some of the grass. And by doing that, hopefully we'll gather up some cool little herbs. Also, people suggested things like parks and gardens. This is the inn. This is the inn that we have. I might redo it now that I know I want to make everything kind of like green roofs. And we might have the bank and Tupaw Bakery. It might get a little bit of an improvement. Oh yeah, and have you guys seen this tree? This is another one of the awesome trees. I'm pretty sure I showed you guys. But this is the Memories of the Artistic Beetle planted as a trivia tree for Jose. And I really like this. This is going to be kind of where the art supply shop is going to be. So now I have inspiration over how I want the art supply shop to look. So that's really helpful. Also, art galleries. Oh man, Flapjack suggested putting in art galleries over here so we can start displaying some of the fan art. And I really love that idea so that your guys' fan art can show up as bibliocraft pieces and can help to decorate the village. So that's another cool idea that we're definitely going to have to add in. Also, I need to get some torches out. Also, where's my armor? Okay, I was going to say, I really hope I have my armor. And we're going to actually go ahead and just sort of run around and plot the village out a little bit. A grocery store is definitely a must, and a market. And then someone suggested a temple of light. And I really love that idea. So a temple, oh, watch out puppies. A temple of light, and what we can do with the temple of light is we can actually have the priestesses and the priest. If you guys remember, priests and priestesses of light were a big thing in the old world with our village of light. And so it hit me, we should build a nice beautiful temple, and it should have an awesome garden, and it should grow those glow flowers that we have from Pam's. Yeah, it should grow the glow flowers, and it should have a special tree that would have like golden apples from it so that we can heal the zombie villagers. And we should also have like the holy ground that can keep mobs away. But it would be really fun to even retexture the priests and priestesses that are the normal villagers. I would love to get a new outfit for them. So it could be like they're wearing the outfit for the priests and priestesses of light. I think that would be really, really cool. So we could definitely set that up, and I'm really looking forward to that. I'm just really excited because I have missed the Village of Light, and it's just been so long since we've kind of settled in and tried to come up with ideas for it, and I needed help, and you guys delivered. So enough rambling. I'm going to just run around and put down some torches really quickly, and if the art supply shop is going to go there, and this we're just going to stick down at least 10 signs. And that's the thing. Sometimes I sit here and I'm like, okay, where would I put everything? It has to be perfect. No, Seri, it doesn't have to be perfect. Here, nibble your cookies, Seri. You just have to get started sometimes. Sometimes it's just about getting the momentum and the motivation under yourself. So, oh my gosh, cookies are not very filling. I really should make some healthier food, Lily. I know, right? All right, so let's go ahead and just get some signs down. Doesn't matter where, they just need to go down. All right, let's say the temple is going to be kind of in the middle over here. So we'll put the Temple of Light over here. I have this big giant area to work with, so it should be fine. We should be able to maybe even put like a sacred sapling behind it. Oh, it's just a little raccoon. I keep waiting for like spooky, scary mobs to start popping up over here. But thankfully it's just a little raccoon. So yeah, this whole area over here could probably become the Temple of Light, and we can move all of the priest and priestess villagers that we find to this spot. So I'm going to put this down here. Temple of Light. There we go. So we'll build, that's a really humble beginning for hopefully a really big project, but we'll build that here. And then next to it, it would be kind of nice if we had like flower shops and things like that. We might have to, what we might do with these kinds of weird spots is just dig straight through the earth and then make it into like a little tunnel that you go through. Instead of trying to like put a path up over it, we'll just go through and then you'll pop out on the other side. Wow, see, and this is a nice natural thing we could build like a little shop in. What kind of shop should I put over here? There's actually, oh, I know what I want to put down. Let's see, Kathleen suggested like a curry shop and exotic restaurants, which sounds really cool. The geologist might be pretty good over here. So let's put down like a geologist because that sounds like it would be really fun. So we'll put geologist down here. Maybe the art gallery could be kind of over here, overlooking this spot, so you can kind of come out. I think like a small art gallery that might even sell a few divincing pieces or sculptures that you could buy would be really nice. Gotta clear all this out of the way. There we go. Lots of different seeds that we're picking up too. I'm really hoping, yeah, look at that. Dill, tarragon, basil, sage, bay tree seeds, rosemary seeds, chive seeds. Very nice. All right, I'm gonna put this down here. There we go. And then yeah, so let's put the art gallery over here. Whoops, I need to make that a little different. Art gallery. And then I'm just going to keep putting them down until I run out of signs. And then there are suggestions for things like little farms. So I think that's a good idea. So maybe like a small little house, a little house farm would be pretty cute over here. So like residential house, and then maybe garden right over here. But yeah, it may seem kind of weird running around in circles putting down signs, but I'm actually trying really hard to sort of get a vibe for just where things could even begin going. Because like I said, you can really start freaking yourself out and thinking you have to have it all perfect and you have to pre-plan everything. And that's been holding me up, and I don't want to do that anymore. All right, and then another thing I have on this list, oh gosh, that's just a raccoon. We're okay. I'm really surprised nothing is showing up, but I shouldn't say that because then things are going to start appearing and like attacking us. So I should probably calm out now. All right, let's see. Let me pop up here. Another thing that's on my list is kind of like, oh, whew. Well, there's some things. All right, I knew we were going to find something eventually. So yeah, I was thinking of a vineyard. So a relaxing vineyard and winery. And I think we could go ahead and put that right here. Hello, sir. Don't mind me. I think that an Enderman vineyard sounds amazing. So we're going to go ahead. Vineyard and kind of like a cafe place. Oh, and what if next to it? Oh, jeez. All right. Oh, let's look down. I'm sorry. sorry. I wasn't yelling about your face or anything like that, Enderman sir. I was literally just yelling because I was getting attacked by a zombie. Oh, what if next to that little vineyard place, what if right here we have a cheese store? Because you know they say like wine and cheese are supposed to go good together, so we can have like a cheese shop. And then one of the other things I really loved, and I would totally love to hear more of your guys' ideas, is reading about all of the festivals and all of the events that we could potentially have here, because I do want to have more festivals and more events. I really want that to be a major thing that happens for everybody, so that especially once we welcome our newest members to the server, we'll be able to hold all sorts of events. We'll be able to have festivals that celebrate the village, different villages. We'll be able to have different clubs. If you guys have ideas for clubs we could have, like I'm really excited about that bird club actually. So, and I hear Pavo and Alex are excited about it too. So that's positives. And then I think up here we'll put a guard tower. See what I mean? If you just start slapping signs down, the ideas start coming faster and faster. Hey, you're supposed to be a guard tower. All right, come back here. All right, come here. Hi, Lily girl. I know you're getting a little hungry. Okay, hang on. I need to put guard tower. Remember our old guard tower? That was really cool. Maybe this one will look kind of like the Rapunzel tower from Tangled, because we'll have all sorts of plants growing up it. Since we're going to go a little bit over the edge with plants here like I normally do, but I was kind of struggling to build like that style where it looks more like a Minecraftian village. And so we're going to change it up, and we are going to focus on things that look more like this. Maybe using a lot of sacred wood, maybe using a lot of these kinds of illuminating flowers everywhere, maybe having a whole bunch of flower shops. That's going to be what we focus on over here. All right, and then I have another idea. So I really loved that idea about that Delphron had about a cherry blossom shop. So I thought that sounded pretty adorable. So I want to put the cherry blossom shop somewhere over here, I think. Maybe right in the middle, and it can be like a little courtyard. So the temple is going to be really big. And then I think I'm just going to say like the cherry blossom shop. What if it goes over here? Hello, lion. What if it goes over here and then we can have cherry blossoms like hanging down? That sounds really peaceful, like a little cafe. Oh, a cat cafe! Somebody suggested a cat cafe, so we'll definitely have to make that happen, because that sounds adorable. All right, we might even have multiple cat cafes in the world, because just because I'm building like a temple, just because I'm building like a cat cafe doesn't mean other people can't have them too, so it would be really fun to visit with everybody's. All right, let's see. And then cherry blossom shop. So, and cherry blossom shop and cafe, which sounds amazing, and I would love to have the cherry blossoms hanging down from here. Oh my gosh, there was a flaming. Really? Puppies, watch out. Mom's on fire. Okay, we're good now. See, this land needs to be thriving with people and pet shops and adorableness, and not having all sorts of kooky wooky, silly, goofy attacks. So that's gonna have to change. And then I was thinking over here, kind of right in front of the inn, that will change up, and right before the temple, we can have the market. So like an open air market, and a lot of you guys suggested this idea actually, an open air market where we could end up coming up with all sorts of rotating vendors that can come visit, and also have spots where people from the rest of the world, the rest of the server, can come and open up a stall to represent what their area sells or what they specialize in. So I love that idea, and I'm tired of sitting on all these ideas, and so we're going to do some of these ideas, and that makes me very happy. All right, I feel like something needs to go here. So if that's going to be the art shop and that's going to be the bank, then maybe just a little house. Or maybe next to the art shop, somebody suggested a music shop. So you know what? Let's make this like a music shop with a house in the top. So yeah, music shop. And I might even be able to set it up so that you can buy custom music here and take it back to your zoo or your home or your farm or whatever you have and use it there. So there we go. Yeah. See? Already. I know it seems really silly and like we did nothing, but believe it or not, just by putting those signs down, we have really changed quite a few things, because now we at least have a start. We at least have the outline. And for anybody who's ever been stuck and felt like they have a deadline they can't meet or a project they can't work on, you know how amazing it can be if you just make like a bullet point list and just have an outline. It can change everything. So, all right. We have now plotted out the Village of Light, so lots of ideas for the Village of Light, and we've got it up and going. And you guys don't really have to worry about this now because I will be taking care of this kind of in the background. And tomorrow we are going to be getting back to task with the zoo because it's going to be World Giraffe Day, and I definitely want to have my giraffes not only in their giraffe barn, but also maybe breed them up for the first time and get back to work at digging out the trenches so we can get a jeep tour going, making sure that all of our safari zone is safely quarantined, and start trading the safari animals out, so that we will be able to get all sorts of like not wildebeest, because I keep saying wildebeest and everybody's like, no Siri, that's wrong. Water buffalo? No, I think it's wildebeest. I don't know, I'm gonna have to finally remember that. I'm gonna have a special booth with an educator specifically there just to teach me like what kind of bison related creatures live over in Africa. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I keep forgetting. Very silly. But all right, I'll see you guys tomorrow, and thank you so much for all of the ideas. It truly made my morning to be able to just go through and look at all of the suggestions and just feel the creativity fizzing and bubbling and popping around and just taking root, and it was so exciting. So thank you guys so much for that, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.